Yeah. So that's very big for them.
Radiant's turn
Um,
to bat.
they understand the importance of map control and, of course, constantly keep the pressure up on the enemies and have that much more space to work with, and
Hmm.
rotations are that much quicker because of it. Morphling taken here next. And of course, this will allow them to ban out AA if they even choose to. With Silencer and Clockwork both picked
10
up, they could just
seconds.
allow AA through. If the enemies were forced to kind of have an awkward draft where they take
5
AA at this point.
seconds.
We, of course, saw AA fail miserably by, what team was that? Beast Coast?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, in position 3. That was not great. But last two bans to come out here. Morphling is going to take complete advantage of the fact that they're playing against a lifestealer. It's pretty good with the Embers. It's okay against the or with the Ember Spirit on your team.
Dire's banned.
But we might see like Wind Ranger or something picked up last here, which is still available. You can play that in the position 3, of course.
Wouldn't be surprised to even see like Bristle in the 3, or even throw the Ember 3, go Bristle mid.
10 seconds remain.
We've seen that.
You
And
want
that
to see
was
the
without the
mid bristle
coddle.
back in? It was fun to
5
watch. I'm
Yeah,
not
it was
gonna
really
lie, and
good.
I'm looking to watch some more fun games. Coddle is probably going to be the as boring as a hero it is. It plays a little bit defensive. Once he gets his first couple of levels, I'm interested in seeing him move around the map with the Ember Spirit and them getting
Yeah.
kills together. Yeah, they
Uh,
ban out the Wind Ranger on 0.
they ban out the Wind Ranger, and then couldn't. Is Silencer still viable mid? If they wanted to pick up that Ancient
10
Apparition?
seconds.
Uh, it's viable mid, yeah.
Seconds remain.
You do okay against the Ember Spirit, but not great. And of course, you're susceptible to getting just jumped on and blown up. I think you want to be running something else there. That is an option they have, though. I do think that Eternal Envy is, or the Team Zero, any Eternal Envy squad is somebody who can take
Dire's
games
turn
off of
to bat.
anyone and also lose to anyone. So, if there's anyone that can finally take a point off of Quincy crew, it's going to be these guys.
Could still run Morphling mid as well. And then goes different safe laner, right?
Yeah.
10 seconds remain.
It's like there's some naysayers in the chat that disagree with any potential Chaos Knight pick, which is fair. But again, they have the Morphling at this point, so I'm not going to be running that one. The other day we saw Chaos Knight just torn apart by the Brewmaster using that
10
Dispel
seconds.
magic on the Wind Panda, the one that has the tornado,
5
and
seconds remain.
ripping him apart. I think it ended up costing him the game. Got so in his head about him dispelling the illusions there that he tried to build a Orchid / Bloodthorn, going with outside his regular build.
Yeah, that Bloodthorn didn't really pay off all that well. You're right over there.
Yeah, I've got like
Dire's turn to
there's
Ooh,
one
Dazzle.
fly that in my room that flew into my house because the air is lava outside in Vancouver. And
Yeah,
I'm
how's
going
that
to need to deal
situation
with him.
in your
It's
apartment?
it's not great. I'm managing. I've limited as much outside air as possible. This fly somehow got in and needs to be dealt with at some point, though.
5 seconds.
He needs shelter, man.
It's just one singular fly. It's a real thorn in my side.
So Dazzle last pick, and they do go to the Ancient Apparition. Ooh, mid silencer? Did I call this? I'm super excited.
No, Roy on the Legion Commander. So you are
Core
a
silencer? I'll take that as a win.
No, that is the offlane AA.
I can't even get that.
You get nothing, you lose, sir.
I am stupider for listening to that answer.
But it looks like that offlane. Hey, again, let's see if Zero can run it any better than Beast Coast did. They had a horrible game when they tried to pull this, but it's too good not to take, I guess. You're up against the Trant. You're up against the Morphling. You're up against Dazzle. When you have all this heal, it just feels to be like too value to grab the Ancient Apparition, despite it being such an awkward offlaner.
I think you should have just thrown silencer or clockwork in the offlane role.
Well, I'd have to agree with you. I think nothing really improves AA's ability to counter out these heroes as far as items go. Like, there was the Aghanim Scepter in the past. If you built that quickly, you'd have that extra frostbite duration. Now you can kind of get some spell amp stuff, but it doesn't. It feels a little bit underwhelming to me, to be completely honest. So let's see how they manage. They've got decent roam potential. They have roam support in the form of Wish. 1437 again, not with them today, but that's I don't want to say he's a weaker player on the team, but by no means. But he definitely has ping problems. This guy is playing from Southeast Asia to US East servers or potentially South American servers. He's sitting on like 230 to 250 ping, I think. It's not pleasant to play Dota on that kind of ping. Doesn't matter how good you are. The game becomes pretty rough.
What a beauty!
Here we go. Quincy crew versus Team Zero. You just get a good look at that anime avatar in the top corner here, and the banner when the game starts. I wish they'd put slightly more effort into this Rim banner, but
See you later,
I'm sure they've got Dota to focus on, scrims to play.
Got Dota on the brain.
The Dota 2 banners are so weird because you'll like almost never see the backside of them, but they still exist.
What a beauty!
Some people put like funny things on the backside of their banners, if anything at all. I wonder what Quincy Crew's got.
Can you see it? Like, is there a way to see?
In Warcraft 3, there was a command, there's a key you hit to rotate your camera. I think it was like page down or home or something like that. Now you need to go into like, what was it? The cinematic view thing.
Honestly, it looks like they didn't even do the other side of the banner. I'm looking.
Boo, Quincy Crew.
If you can kind of just see the edge right here on the camera, I know you can't see that. You just shift up slightly. Yeah, it doesn't look like they did anything. What about Zero?
This is corporations cutting corners and costs again, just trying to avoid paying for doing backsides of banners.
I would hide messages, like the combination to a safe.
Like, help, I'm a graphics artist trapped in a house and Quincy Crew is forcing me to do their graphics. Please, if anyone reads this message, send help.
I would do like Yugi Moto's grandfather
okay.
on the backside of a banner. I feel like that would be solid.
Like a reference to the season 1, like he's trapped in there.
Which, by the way, the Shadow Realm isn't a real thing in the real anime.
They just die, right?
It's just death.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. So whenever Dark Willow goes into the Shadow Realm and just hears Yugi, it's death.
Dark Willow is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh character.
Take my one copy of Exodia and let a kid hold it on a boat. Just for him to throw it over the edge. They don't even sleeve their cards in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Talk about casual.
Yeah, my magic cards are double sleeved, perfect fits, and then a real sleeve over them.
30 seconds to battle.
The more I get to know you, the more I think that you're just some big
Nerd.
Bkop.
But then I gotta back it up with I play sports.
Oh, sports ball.
I play sports.
Very cool.
By the way, Quinn's going bottom, Yoar's going mid, so it will be a mid Morphling.
Yeah.
The tide has turned.
Alright, game starts. Snaking runs directly at this Keeper of the Light. Them having even movement speed right now, thanks to Snake King's Windlace, but he grabs the bounty rune and he backs off. Brax grabs his as well, so we're seeing 2 for 2. Standard stuff. Bottom lane will be interesting at first, but again, I feel like it won't be that long until they just sort of run down the AA. This Keeper of the Light Ember Spirit combo is actually incredibly dangerous. But the double slight, double chains can do quite a bit. It's a bit easier to deal with now that Searing Chains' cooldown is just a little bit higher. The 10 seconds, but still pretty easy for him to get off to 2 of those.
You are taking a lot of damage over mid.
Really? Oh, yeah. Gets the first point in overwhelming odds. Doesn't want to sit too low. Roy, of course, having all that extra movement speed. 50 more on Legion Commander to the Morphling.
Jeez.
So you have to be careful every time he approaches.
And we'll see how this Tree Protector does. Goes first in the Nature's Grasp. Can the side of Zero push these lanes quick enough through through the heal from Treen on these towers?
Not really. I mean, Legion Commander can do alright damage to the tower, same with Lifestealer, but it's nothing too big. Going very low, like you said. I think it's just too easy for him to spam out the creep waves of the Nature's Grasp, them having no real like wave clear. So again, I think map control just can be held by Quincy crew the entire game. The question is if you can get kills on these enemy heroes, and the good setup with Brax makes this AA pick worth it. It feels a bit desperate. Again, I look at AA and I think, wow, this is an amazing AA game, but I look at the rest of my draft and I think, wow, I've got nowhere to put this AA.
Is AA gonna have a potentially a rough time?
I mean, I almost feel as if Quincy Crew is trying to bait out this AA pick and make your draft really awkward. Last picking that Dazzle there wasn't necessary. They could have put almost anything else in the offlane as well as playing it, and it would have been fine.
I like Dazzle.
You like Dazzle in the 3?
Yeah.
You can build a Necro book. The cooldown reduction's sort of nice, but you know, there's better tools. There's frontliners for you to take that you didn't end up taking. And you can get a little bit tanky on this guy, yeah. But it really did just feel like a bait pick. We're talking about the... Were we talking about the interaction with... no, it was Battle Trance and Shatter. We can talk about the Shallow Grave and Shatter if you'd like.
Sure.
So I'm not sure if you've seen those two interact with each other before. Oh. Gentleman V pops Rage, backs off, and then walk through that slow. But anyways, what it does is you are still not able to die under the effects of Shallow Grave when you drop below the AA threshold. But as soon as that Shallow Grave ends and you're below the threshold, you will just die. So say you Shallow Grave on yourself, you drop to like 2% HP. Yeah, suddenly Shallow Grave ends. You're still not at 0 HP. You just die. But SVG dead at
looking
bottom
like
lane,
he's first
you know.
blood. Yeah, Brax will get first blood here on SVG. Wiz will also lose his courier up top. That's with his boots.
Is the other's cunning play.
Oh yeah, it is with his boots.
That is not a good feeling, that's for sure.
Ooh, oh my.
What?
So they just walked at him. I know what you're thinking. A bold move. But they just walked up to him and killed him. He tried to slide his way out, didn't block enough damage, and he died. Life comes at you fast.
Yeah, apparently, just getting run out like that. Weege without boots, his courier up in 30 seconds. MV 25 and 5 up top.
Didn't have my CS chart open until just now.
Come on, man. Meanwhile, you know, Brax is doing well, and they've got themselves a 1K lead. This is Ancient Apparition doing okay.
It's alright, but again, this hero falls off in a big way. You start to wish that you had any other hero on the position 3. Yes, you're an Ice Blast user, but it's like I said, you fill the same function as position 4, you fill the same function as position 5. You aren't going to build any items that really scale with your Ice Blast to make you have a bigger impact. So it feels kind of wasted on me. top lane. They're pushing very aggressively into the tower. They'll probably keep this healed up with Shadow Wave. All right, I take it back. They do not do that at all. They fortify it instead.
We'll start with the fortify. And just let these creeps die. I thought maybe they would Shadow Wave them afterwards, but they're on the tower, and now the catapult will get hit, but yeah, they won't be able to save that either.
Yeah, I think Lola's not wanting to burn through too much mana on that wave to keep the creeps alive, survive a couple extra tower hits, but he doesn't get that much off with the catapult because of it. I was hoping they would commit pretty hard on that. Again, the Eternal Envy not having... They're sitting at pretty low HP. You just push the wave down, force them pretty far back. It's topped up by the salve and silencer though. And that's actually opting to walk behind the tower. I don't... Alright, I was curious if he's going to go for that bounty rune. It's still up there at like a minute and a half later. But
why too? Yawar's not... It's not like he's got a bottle or anything.
Yeah, I don't know. MSS has had plenty of time, I feel, to go and grab it, but the enemies just assume that it's been taken, so it's going to sit there for a couple of minutes. Yawar's not going to build a bottle either, I don't believe.
And be getting his items before that courier does die. 3 heroes over here, bottom for the side of Team 0. You got Wiz making the rotation, and all of a sudden Quinn's in some trouble. Battery assault cogs around him, and apparently the safe lane is not for him.
You're bringing him down. That time you got the +2 int on the silencer, which doesn't feel great. You're losing a little bit of your mana pool. But again, I'm feeling like this doesn't really matter. You can die a couple of times in the Ender Spirit in the bottom lane. You're still going to bounce back. Yawar's having a wonderful time in the mid lane at the top of the net worth chart. Like, you're shutting down the Morphling for now, and you're going to have the AA Blast to shut him down, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not going to matter. They're looking at big picture on Quincy crew, and they're seeing short term right now on Team 0. Go down again.
Going down. Sneaking in Wiz, they sit low. They get the kill on MSS and Quinn over in the bottom lane. Actually, Quincy crew are yet to have a kill.
Top tower is under attack.
I'm surprised win probability is so heavy in Team 0's favor as well. Again, Morphling is getting what he wants right now. You have to count him on the position 3, but it's more complicated than that.
He's got duel. He'll use it. Help from Wiz. And won't have the dual damage, but will get the kill afterwards. All of a sudden, Wiz is at 8 permanent intelligence.
He's a smart guy. Not able to set up on the Morphling, though. The cogs aren't going to do enough by themselves via the hook shot. They might be able to grab the Morphling, but duel is on cooldown as well. So, regardless of having AA here, they're not going to be able to bring down Yawar. Top lane, guys will actually opt to teleport.
Quinn. Gonna get silenced. They're gonna go after Snaking. The chase is on. Silence no more, but he's got the Arcane Curse. Ice Blast coming in. If they can back up Quinn. Not enough. Shadow Wave comes in. There's the Illuminate's kill off Snaking. The first kill there for Quincy crew. Wiz with another Arcane Curse. He's out of mana. I don't know if they'll be able to chase. They got Quinn. Saw Searing Chains. And now they've got him. And Lois will take the kill.
I don't know why Lolas took that. I feel like you almost should have allowed Ember to get close enough to grab it. Maybe, I don't know, actually. There's not really a good reason for that. Quinn's having a rough game. You want to have him grab a couple of kills to get back into it. Not the assist. What? Does that really work like that? I think the Chilling Touch attack moved a little bit slower, so it just followed him around the site and connected with him afterwards. Interesting.
Saving up 1,200 gold. I'm wondering what Brax wants to do with this offlane Ancient Apparition. Didn't we see it go like pretty standard support items last time?
Who now?
The offlane Ancient Apparition. Ice Blast hits on a Quinn.
Yeah, it was like the same items he would have had otherwise, and it didn't really matter whether or not he was offlane.
Yeah. I want to see 1,500 gold. Come on, do the Bkop Ancient Apparition build and just go Midas.
Is that a Bkop Ancient Apparition specialty?
Yes.
I see. I'm a big Midas hater, right?
Yeah.
Hops in the
I know you're
trees
a
on-
big wand hater as well.
But stick advocate, but anti-wand. You see what Quinn's doing? He's a pro stick, skilled Dota 2 player / mid laner, believe it or not, everybody.
Dire's courier has been killed.
I feel like it adds some stake to my claim that the 150 gold for the one all stats is just a waste of money when you can be building other things.
Or do you
Would
go
agree with
straight hags here for Ancient Apparition? There's the Bkop special. Although, it used to be the Bkop special when it was affecting your Ice Blast and not your Chilling
Dire
Touch.
should look
Yep.
to their top tower.
I
Radiant's
instead of
bottom
Bkop
tower
especially, I feel like it was pretty common to just go Midas and then the Aghanim Scepter on AA. I think that was even part
Well,
of
the Bkop special part of that is when you mute your teammates.
Radiant should look
Ah, yeah. When you play the team contribution hero that can't really get kills outside of the team fight.
Poison Touch and Ice Blast over at Olelis. He'll hold the gold and just die. Okay. Treant used Overgrowth, Clockwork in between Yoar as well as MSS. They find Snaking. They get the kill there. They'll look for Ryoya off this. They do have Will-Wisp. They won't give chase any further, though.
He goes down, them trying to put the pressure on the heroes, but feeling kind of spread thin on Team Zero. It was a little bit easier when they're all in the same area. By themselves, they're not nearly as strong. As they say in Planet of the Apes, apes strong together.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Brax, it's over to mid lane. Thread some harass onto who you are.
Oh,
But
no,
he
Brax.
gets jumped on.
By the way, Brax finishes
Ice Blast?
off the mech. Ice Blast coming in onto Yoar with the Chilling Touch. They're around him, and he's in a lot of trouble. Good Will-O-Wisp, though. Can they get anything off of this? It looks like they're going to get at least Brax, maybe Wiz. Yeah, that's two gone. Brax and Wiz fall to Quinn. Good job from SVG, and Morphling survives the Ice Blast. I thought he might have been low enough for them to get the kill.
That was very close, but you are threading the needle with that play there. I had to swap his power treads around, able to get enough mana to waveform out of there, actually. It was so close to him going down.
Tower is in danger.
So, some precision toggling there by him, and of course knowing just how far forward he could go.
Is under
And committing onto him just caused Team Zero to fall off. He's gonna fall down there. Snaking gets
Grasp,
gone on.
Poison
He's
Touch.
dead, I think.
Got the Illuminate and the right click, so Snaking, okay.
Oh no!
Hookshot Necro Creeps? Is he got Poison Touch? Oh,
dead.
yeah. Did the math.
Yep. He goes down. He tried to hook shot to the tomato clapper over here. When in doubt, clap that tomato, but ends up hitting the Necronomicon unit instead. Doesn't do a whole lot for him. And you are up here to ruin Eternal Envy's day. He's got to just sort of sit here, farm by himself to the top of the net worth chart now. Has his armlet. I prefer when Eternal Envy does stuff like
Wing
this.
Duel Ice Blast coming through onto the Tree Protector. MSS ends up falling. Winner, winner, chicken dinner there for Ryoya for the first time, actually. We've seen fast, very fast duels. Like 60 duel damage at 11 minutes. And, well, we're here at 14 and it's just 10.
Yeah.
From a lane that went well for Ryoya. It's not like, you know, he's having a bad game.
Yeah, the lane went well for him in mid. The lane went well for Brax, the bottom, but here we are. A couple minutes later, lanes have now ended, and it's shown to not really matter despite you picking so heavily into these lanes. I do like the fact that they don't have to play around the super long cooldowns on Zero. Like, they have the AA Blast, they have the Duel, they have Hook Shot. Like, these are your big team fight abilities and initiation abilities. And it makes it very difficult for the enemies to play around those timings. So against a team like Quincy Crew, who are so well coordinated,
Duel. Global Silence.
is.
Ice Blast coming in. Is it going to be in time? It's not even needed. Duel victory coming through for Ryoya. And now he's at 20 duel damage.
the global silence was necessary there, believe it or not. The Morphling just would have gone attribute shift, put heavy points into the strength, and then stunned out the Legion Commander during the duel and shut that down. So getting that was
Fight,
good.
Syrian Chains turns into this Lifestealer hook shot away. And while he hook shots away, the Lifestealer invested into him. So Envy with a good move there, getting a little bit of free transportation out of that fight. Doesn't want to end up dead, and It's also regenning up to full, and he's done so. Okay.
Yeah. No hookshot available on the clockwork though, so he'll just hop out and start farming again. Doesn't want to slow his game down too much. He's in a race against this Morphling to come online.
A lot of gold for Brax. Brax is farming really well with this Ancient Apparition. Gotta
Quincy
say.
Crew about to rip Zero apart in a team fight. Just you wait.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower
The
is
boys are here.
The boys are back in town.
Here we
Can't say
go.
any more of that. Gonna get DMCA'd. Quinn moves forward, finds Wish, Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, Arcane Curse. Blinding Light pushing him right on to Quinn. Still surviving. Battery Assault comes in. Blink Duel. Quinn in trouble. Will-O-Wisp is there. Ice Blast in, but there's the Shallow Grave. So the duel won't have a victor, but they'll still lose Quinn. End up losing Snake King afterwards. Really there for so long with 4 heroes around him. He ends up dead afterwards. And now they'll go after Brax. So make it a third. Make it a fourth, actually.
There's your 4-for-1 trade, and Quinn's not unhappy about that one. We've seen this before when he's played that Ember Spirit. He plays very far forward, gets the initiation on his team with his super far reach, and while it puts him a little bit out of position, that unexpected catch throws the enemy team off enough that you're just able to pull off these successful team fights. Look at that. Look at that gold swing, XP swing. 1,500 for the way of Quincy Crew. Gold and the 2,000 XP. Oh, that's unlucky. Why'd you do that? I guess I thought Envy was going to hard commit onto that tower. You weren't really left with many choices, but still, denying towers when you got Treant Protector in the game, especially when he's maxed out living armor, that feels pretty bad. Let MSS protect.
Brax, Rio, Snake King invading the jungle. Spot Quinn for a second. Hook shot from Snake King. A big miss. We'll say SVG's Will-O-Wisps have been on the money.
Yeah, the 100-100 okay hand.
Radiant's bottom tower is
That's what
under
the kids are saying, right?
On the money.
Regeneration!
Ring of Aquila for Life Stealer. Yeah,
I'm about to be 28, dude. I'm old. I don't know what's hip anymore. All I know is my hips hurt.
it's okay, Bkop. We're all gonna make it, man. The Blade Mail almost done on Legion Commander. That'll make hopping on the Morphling much easier. As will with the Ember Spirit. You always got to way back in when you got the Blink Blade Mail duel on Legion. That's what I always say. Global Silence up, and this is just what Quincy Crew's been doing. When they pop Global Silence to take initiation on Zero, Quincy Crew goes, okay, well, they've used that. It's time for us to smoke up and go on the enemies. If they use the smoke here, this would be the first time that they've done this when... Oh, you see that, Bkop? They catch out the smoke there with the AA blast, the scouting AA blast, everybody.
That's how you do it, dude. That's how you play Ancient Apparition.
Yeah, and that was the tracer throw, so they don't realize that the smoke was caught out on the other side. Oh, this could be big though. They actually go to the Roche pit. All right, the enemy team realized it because Quinn threw the Remnant out, and it was caught in this Observer Ward here. Otherwise, that would have been perfect. So, at least I think that they realize that they're doing that. They're playing very tight together. Maybe they don't. Okay, they're just realizing it now. Yeah, that ward didn't give you vision, and they get Roche for free. It would have been so nice to take a fight in there with the AA blast.
Unfortunately, they don't. And MV now, he picks up an MKB. He continues to farm to the top of the net worth, but now you're up against an Aegis.
is under attack.
Deceptive rune of
I don't know how
invisibility.
you make that sort of read on Quincy Crew. Again, knowing that they had vision of you. You planted that... Oh, no. Coddle. He goes down. I mean, that's going to happen. If they can get out of the back line and pick off Keeper of the Light, they don't do anything to save him.
Dire's top
He needs to be
tower
sitting in your
is
back.
under
He needs to be
attack.
dropping his Will-O-Wisp. If he gets gone on at the start of the fight, you just sort of let him die. You don't react to it. ignore your save fellow human being. What's that reflex called? Is there a name for it?
What?
You're a smart guy, Bkop. We
What
just want to
reflex?
save a fellow human being.
Save your friend syndrome?
Is that what it is? I know that's what we call it in Dota. I feel like
Snaking.
it should be a technical term.
Getting caught, he ends up dead to you war. Not much that witch can do there. They're gonna go for this tier 2 tower top.
This is the icy blast cereal all over again. Lilith, farming up the enemy team jungle. What do you really do about this? The tower went down in no time at all, this Morphling.
Dark light.
And still not going full Agi. He knows it's a little bit too dangerous with Legion the Blink that could show up at any time in the AA blast. So, careful about that one.
Something I talked about that's, you know, very much happening in this game is the fact that they just can't get towers on Zero. Like, yeah, they got that bottom tier 1, but that was because of a deny. Mid still up, top still up. And you really don't have an easy time going across the river.
No, not against all this vision from Quincy crew as well. And damage from Morphling. Again, this guy hops on you, you're just dead within a couple seconds. You have to make like a very calculated like 5-man smoke gank into like blowing up one of the enemy heroes. It needs to be a 4v5 fight, then you're able to take it. Snaking's gonna have to hook shot out. And he will, I hope.
Nice blast. King, hook shot. Nature's Grasp is down. They've got the cogs. They'll get the kill. Meanwhile, SVG, he's killed in the river. And I believe that's more dual damage for Ryoya. I don't have split screen. I couldn't watch both kills.
He's at 60 now. But that's exactly the time where they're able to come through the river when Ember's committed somewhere else. He's like the initiator. He's got the reach and the lockdown, especially when paired with the Coddle. So taking advantage of that one there. Nice pick off by Zero. But your backs are still against the wall. He's still losing these outer towers. The last tier 2 is taken. After they're done with this one, they probably just move to the bottom lane and start taking those. Box them into their base for those 27-minute mark. And get a net worth advantage in those tier 3 items over Team Zero.
Do it with flair.
Basically a slow grind on this one. Or not like a slow grind, but meticulous.
Yeah. Let's go. All right. Eternal Envy. Do you hop in anyone? Do you wait for your basher first? When do you plan on coming online, buddy? What's
Yeah,
the
we
play
really haven't
here?
seen much from Envy. He's 1-0-1, and that's about it. Meanwhile, Legion's been caught. Ryoya in some trouble. Global Silence trying to help this Legion get out. They've got Wish coming over, but the rest of the team is just abandoning this Legion commander.
Yeah, too far forward, unfortunately. Wants to find these solo pickoffs in the enemy team's jungle, but not going to be able to. This guy needs a Shadow Blade first before you really start looking for things like that. But he's going for a Black King bar, which also makes sense. Again, you got a number of things to worry about from the enemies. The Will-O-Wisp is doing a lot of work. There's too many things you have to dispel, and you are now under threat of getting blown up by this Morphling, who can actually build his Ethereal Blade right now. Does have enough money for it.
Bottom tower is no more.
And we continue to push down this tower with the Necro units. The question is if Lilith will follow him. Rocket Flare comes out lowering all their health. Ooh, mid lane. Envy sees SVG. This guy's just been
We're
through
just
to
gonna
their
find
team.
Snaking. No hook shot over to the Silencer, just makes an escape. Using that Essence Ring to survive.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This is not felt confident from Zero at all.
The Radiant scan, eager to
No,
know
it doesn't.
Dire's
Their backs are against the wall here. Brax doesn't feel very powerful as a pause 3. On the other side, you see Lelis being able to keep everyone alive, shoving lanes out with his Necronomicon. He's going to have a pipe pretty soon as well. Cooldown of that helped by his bad Juju ability. Yeah, look at this. It's just not finding him. Puts the Observer Ward up over here. Is this really going to come in handy at any point this game?
Maybe.
I mean, yes, the
Find
enemy
Quinn.
team... Alright. Bold prediction, this ward is going to be useless for the entire duration.
Bold coins.
That is my prediction. They've wasted their time walking down here with many heroes, and they've wasted their time placing it there. They're grasping at straws here now on Zero. Like I said, they got a couple of kills in the laning phase, but they didn't really matter that much in the grand scheme of things. I think you weren't looking at big picture, and Eternal Envy is going to have a very difficult time. While he hasn't really participated in these team fights, he's still 1-0-1, and a lot of that was from the start of the game. I feel like they have too many tools to deal with him, and we see this so often. This game now they've opted to go Manta style on Lifestealer.
Dire's middle tower is under
Like, when you have to go Manta style, when you have to go BKB, it feels so awful. It's like, what's the point of just not picking a different hero?
There you go. Have kept it close. I will say I'm not disliking Brax's build. Oh, looking for the Blink Duel. Quinn able to remnant away.
Radiant's
The
bottom
double
tower
boots.
is under
Technically
attack.
Greaves now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Double boots build, big fan here. Once in a while, I'll go Tranks mana boots, just because I want HP and mana for my team.
Oh.
Thanks
That
for
makes sense.
popping that overgrowth, yeah?
Hear the rumblings of nature.
Is that what nature does?
Rumble? Yeah. That's what an earthquake is, man.
A rumbling of nature in my stomach. I cooked myself the nugs between the series, but didn't have time to eat them because we were just going between games so fast. But give Neph a break. Let him eat his chicken nuggets, everybody. I want to live that gamer lifestyle. Speaking of eating and drinking, I got my monster beside me that I poured out, but haven't had that much of yet.
Remnant forward, sneaking, Essence Ring, but E-Blade thrown his way, and you are getting the kill. Sets up well for Quincy Crew to get yet another pick-off. Still, Eternal Envy up towards top, continuing to farm. He's looking to get that Abyssal Blade. They're around MSS. They got a Sentry. They have the duel. Do they have the time to get this kill? Yes, they do.
I mean,
Just
who
barely.
cares?
Ooh, Will-O-Wisp. Blocks 2. This is really bad. Global Silence follows that up. Here comes Yuar. Waveform forward, trying to get the kill on a Wage. He's in the clumsy net. Down goes this Silencer. Blink away from Ryoya. Not awful. All they lost was the Silencer in that one. They did get dual damage.
They did, but you didn't get any towers from that. You very, very hard committed onto that Treant Protector. Alright, Envy just has to sit there. He does have Manta and Rage to get out, but there's nothing around. He doesn't want to pop it right away. Show his hand. But anyways, you say that it's not awful, but your Global Silence is on cooldown for 90 seconds now. Roshan's going to respond in 60, and you do have the ability to take a fight to the enemy pretty easily here. I think this is your timing right now on Zero. I think your
You
best.
need that Abyssal Blade, right?
Yeah, I think
Without that.
I think it's the Basher. That's your timing. Like,
Yeah.
you wait any longer than that, you have too many items on Quincy Crew. There goes your last outer tower. Lincoln Sphere now coming out for Yuar. Quinn's going to be working on his next item here pretty soon. 4-step on Lelis. He's going to have it on a very low cooldown because of bad juju. And Blink Dagger almost on MSS. And
Duel
wait,
out on the Quinn. Ice Blast coming in. Hook shots keep him there. They have the damage to get this kill. E-Blade thrown over Ryoya. He pops the BKB. Is Quinn going to die off the Ice Blast? I'm not sure. I haven't done the math on that. He will get low. They look over at Eternal Envy. Side of Zero will just back away, and Quinn's able to survive, so he doesn't die to the dual Ice Blast. But now the damage is more than enough, but the Shallow Grave again saves him once more. They get the kill on a Widge. They look over at Quinn. They can't finish him off. The Illuminate flies through. Quinn survives. A very good job by Lelis to keep him up.
Yeah. Lelis keeping alive is very big there. This is how Quinn has to play, though. He is their reach. He's their initiation. He's got to be the front liner for his team. That means relying so much on Lelis to be able to get these shallow graves off if they go on him.
Quinn coming from the back. Open wounds, blinding light. Now Yuar right onto the Legion. They got the duel off. Shallow grave again. Again it comes through, and again it makes the save. However, I say that Yuar dies afterwards because the Global Silence is in. Envy looks over at Quinn. Open wounds. Quinn on the run. No basher here yet for the lifestealer, but it has been purchased and it is shipping out. That might make a difference if this fight lasts a little bit longer. Ryoya moving forward. He gets it with the poison touch. Duel up in 25. Pops the blade mail. Chilling touch hits on SVG. They're chasing this Coddle. Envy going in behind the tier 2. Open wound slows him up. Use that man to purge off the searing chains. The rest of Quincy crew have backed up past the tier 2 tower and will survive. They might be able to just go for Roche.
They set up around the Roche pit now. They do have to be careful about this. You are playing into a Treant Protect. You can spam out Nature's Grasp. He's got Overgrowth available. This Blink Dagger, I believe, just arriving. Can they take this down? I believe they can get this before War comes back up.
Hook shot. Force that back.
Snap is very bad.
Sighting one, still silenced. All right, they keep him controlled. Really well done. Looking for the duel. Didn't get that.
No. Losing Roya in that last fight was... sorry, Yubar in that last fight was super upsetting. The Shallow Grave didn't really keep him alive any longer. His HP was always above that threshold, and of course he ended up not quite getting that attribute shift off. It was very close, Zero managing to bring him down. But this is their timing, as I was saying, on Team Zero. Right now, they're strong. They wait any longer than this. There's too many items in the Heroes of Quincy crew. Quinn, I think once he gets his Lincoln Sphere, the game is too difficult for Team Zero. They can't really burst him down anymore.
So Envy close to this Abyssal. Needs 1925 for it. Searing chains, damage. Ooh, a lot of damage on Envy.
Alright.
Top tower is under attack.
Eternal Envy going for this top tier 1. They fought, but I think they're going to be able to get away with this one. Finally getting a little bit more map control on Team Zero.
Finally getting these towers, something that they've been unable to deal with for a long time, and that's thanks to the Treant Protector of MSS.
Mm-hmm. The Abyssal Blade you were talking about is almost up as well. Just he's sending out the recipe right now. Just needs the Ring of Health and the Vitality boost from the side shop. He's sitting on 700 gold now. Still think you are going to have an easy time blowing these people up, but at the moment, playing very tight on Quincy crew, and you're just happy to dodge while the enemy has his Aegis. Things would be very different right now if Uar had gotten that Manta to attribute shift a little bit of stats in that last team fight, but you gotta play around this for now. You gotta play from behind.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
So, you know, using this Aegis to get a kill would be great. But for right now, at least, the idea, I think, is to work towards going and finishing off the Abyssal Blade. And then, timing-wise, it'll probably time out that you have maybe a minute left on the Aegis, if the timing's right.
Yeah, about a minute and a half, maybe.
Hook shot comes in. That actually hit! That actually hit Quinn. They get the kill. I don't know if it looked the same on your screen, but it looked like he had thrown that a lot more over and it hit him in the sliders. I have no idea. It did not look like it was on the mark that way. But going to the back lines is Yawar finds himself a kill on a Wiz. Back towards the front, though, Ryoya pops the BKB and TP's out. That was very odd on my screen. Envy just surviving that.
Uar had a double damage in that fight. Absolutely sick on Morphling to pick that up. So he went to go on AA right away. Doesn't want to get blown up and start these fights by the attribute shift. And you know, with AA dead, it does allow him to get to go full attribute.
It's popped, and now they've got the Abyssal Blade. Do they have the damage? Ryoya, he doesn't have duel. They need to control him for 4 more seconds. E-Blade used, trying to run, waveform away. Not too far away, but there's the adaptive strike on the Legion Commander, so that keeps Ryoya from coming in.
Yeah. They're pushed all the way back now, but they are forced to move away from the enemies. Thankfully, duel wasn't cooldown for another couple of seconds despite all that CC. They tried to chain them up perfectly, but Yeah, Morphling is very hard to bring down without this AA blast or tons of lockdowns. Nice by Team Zero though. That fight they took
found
by
Ryoya.
the
Snaking right here. Hook shot in 8. Ryoya taking a lot of damage. Press the attack use. He has cheese to survive. They look over at Snaking. They've got the clumsy net. That's thrown over by Lilith. Means they can finish off Snaking and get the kill.
Snaking going down. You are now sitting at 21,000 net worth. I mean, despite the fact that EE has been just like not really participating in these fights until recently, just farming away, Yuar has managed to keep up with his net worth just from getting hero kill after hero kill. 11 and 1, 2 so far. Almost had the deathless game, but a little bit of an execution error over in the top at this ramp here. So, Aegis reclaimed now. And Quincy crew may feel bold enough to take a fight. The one that they took by the Radiant Tier 1, they got onto Quinn unexpectedly that time, I feel, and weren't really able to stop them from blowing him up and committed the Will-O-Wisp and that overgrowth pretty quickly, which I think they need to hold until like the middle of the fight.
So there's that Lincoln's finished, making it even more difficult to kill this Morphling or the Ember.
Wait, Morphling got an Abyssal Blade queued up and is holding a Basher. You know, maybe sometimes all you need is the Abyssal Blade Morphling. Or you say to Eternal Envy, whatever you can do, I can do better. Transforms into Zero and Abyssals them. Are we just going to see both these people with the same build at the end of the game? Eternal Envy swapping out the Armlet and the Monkey King bar for Lincoln Sphere and E-Blade? That'd be neat to see.
Envy sitting mid. Meanwhile, 30 movement speed for the Dazzle. Sleight of Fist. Hero damage for the Ember. Leveling. That's nice.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Ooh, behind them. They've caught Snaking. They got the Hex. Finish him off. They'll Remnant forward looking for more. Ryoya just blinking away, but the Sleight of Fist Searing Chain sits on Envy as well as Wish. Force Staff trying to get some distance. Pops the Lincolns. And yeah, they know Wish is dead, so they'll leave him to die.
Yeah. The Wish down. Opens up the map for them here. Roshan not responding for another 50 seconds, so that's not something we have to really worry about. Thankfully for Team Zero, there's no objective for Quincy crew left to take on this map. And the heroes will be up before Roshan could possibly spawn. But right now, we're starting to get to the point where you have like 3-4 heroes on Quincy crew, and everyone other than the Legion Commander on Lifesteal is feeling underwhelming on Zero. Like, yes, this Clockwork is doing excellent work. Snaking's having a pretty good game. His initiations onto Quinn and Yuar here are a pretty big deal, but it's starting to fall off.
T-Blade, Ryoya on the run. Hookshot comes in. Ice Blast follows it up. And now they've got the duel out, but there is the Shallow Grave again! And instead, Yuar just wins the duel. You're also going to get a kill here on the Snaking. They look over at Widge. They could dive these tier 3s to finish them off. Triple kill for Yuar.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And this will just open up the base for them. They do have Fortify available to slow things down a little bit, but Yuar is able to rip through these towers in no time at all, going full Agi here. Well, full Agi. He's got 12 points left in strength. You always got to be a little bit careful when the AA is still up, but look at them burn through these Raxes. And it's gone. I'm surprised they're not popping Fortify. Maybe they're afraid of them taking the tier 4s or just grabbing more. Want to bait them out into a lengthy fight. You have 14 seconds here. Legion Commander doesn't have buyback. I don't think without Legion they're going to be able to take this fight again. Lifestealer and Legion, they are so impactful this game. They're maybe not even impactful, just worth so much more than the rest of the heroes on Zero. Both of them need to be in the fights for them to take it.
2 sets of Rax. Envy pushing out top. But you see how quickly they take these buildings.
Yeah. I think that's the correct play by Envy, though. You're not able to take that fight. You just farm what you can while you do that. And he has Eye of Scotty now. It'll be somewhat helpful against the Morphling. Again, that item is super good against ranged core heroes, being able to slow them by 50%, and it'll slow down the healing that he gets off of attribute gain or shift.
Behold, a subtle burn.
Nice item choice there by Envy, the Eye of Scotty.
MB forward. Sightseeing Chains pops the Lincolns, also gets the Abyssal out, but the Force Staff away, looking for the duel. Still can't secure the duel. Will-O-Wisp is used, that pulls in Ryoya. They Force Staff snaking even further towards the center, looking for the Overgrowth. He did use it. Not really that well placed, however, they still get the kill in a snaking, and honestly, I don't even know if they need that at this point to win these fights.
Yeah, you've committed Overgrowth, you've committed Will-O-Wisp, you want to get back and take Roshan, not grabbing any more enemies. Unfortunately, the Clockwork does buy back, he smokes up, he's got Hookshot available. Roshan's up with the Aghanim's Blessing.
You want to go for Quinn?
This might be one of the good initiations Zero can get. Oh no, the Slight! That ruins everything for them.
Well, gets locked up, still doing with this Blink on cooldown. Now they've got the Hex, Nature's Grass, MSF's behind them. Yawar comes in, finds the Abyssal Blade on the Brax. They'll get the kill on the Ancient Apparition. Force Staff out of the cogs, still looking for the duel. I don't know if you want to go for this. They still can't get the duel. There's the Global Silence, but it's not doing anything for them. Look at the damage coming out on Ryoya. He tries to heal up. They've hexed him up once again. Waveform, there's another death on the side of Team Zero. Searing Chains locks up Snaking. He's in the Nature's Grasp, taking damage over time. And the right clicks as well as the E-Blade from Yawar makes it a triple kill for this Morphling.
There's your dieback. There's 3 heroes down. You've already lost your Fortify. They just lose the game here, I feel.
Back from the Legion. Yawar over to the side. Can they at least get this? There's the Abyssal, but the Hex! Oh, the Hex. Perfect on Ryoya. Stops the duel once again. Yawar, he's just allowed to survive constantly. That Hex from Dazzle doing massive amounts of work. Abyssal Blade now out on Wiz. Wiz on the run, but Wiz ends up dead. Yawar with another kill. He's bashed up for a second. Envy on the run back. Blinding Light pushes him into the rest of the team. Hex again onto the Legion so quick. Lelis not allowing this Legion to get a duel off onto anybody. He hasn't allowed Lelis to win a duel in a long time. The Infest finally gets popped. Ice Blast comes out onto Yawar. They get the kill on Ryoya as well as Wiz. They look over at Yawar. He freezes over inside the Cold Feet. Shallow grave, but Yawar finally falls. He's got buyback. He'll be committing it to make sure that they can end this game. Lelis, this is a Hex that is on an 11-second cooldown. You can see how much it is really just hindering the fight from Team Zero. They've got the Hex once again. They look over at Envy. He's on the run. Pops the Manta Waveform. Abyssal Blade. Right clicks coming in. Will-O-Wisp is down. That locks up Envy. Lelis gets the kill. GG is called by Team Zero. Game 1 goes to Quincy Crew.
Quincy Crew just securing everything they need to take the victory. It was a little bit rough for a little while there. That mid game looked like you could start to take it back on Zero, but again, they had their game plan. They knew that Yawar just had to get farmed. Quinn, amazing initiator, and while he died a couple of times, I think that was mostly all in the plan. Again, they had the Dazzle for that shallow grave. They could keep him alive a little bit longer, keep people up in the duels. And of course, eventually this Morphling's damage was just too much. It brought down everyone in the Quincy Crew in no time at all. Envy, he did pretty good with his timings. Unfortunately, I think Quincy Crew is just a more coordinated team. There's a few times where your ganks, smokes and otherwise fell apart when initiating onto the enemies. Just not amazing teamwork or communication. So nice job by Quincy Crew, showing everybody why the top team in North America right now. And continuing their undefeated streak into this tournament.
Yeah, so they stay undefeated. They take the first game over Team Zero. We'll come back with Game 2 in just a moment, so stay right there as we'll meet you back here in just a couple of minutes. See you in a second.